Hi, Tom. First of all, can you explain to us what happened here?
Well, as the story was related to me by Maina Kulik, a 48-year-old Inuk woman, she had just shoplifted some hunting knives from the northern store in Umijak, northern Quebec. That's Inuit territory, known as Nunavik. So she had shoplifted some knives, and the police had seen her, and apparently this led to a chase. And during the chase, she was hit by the police car. Now, police say that they had received some reports that Ms. Akuliak had been threatening people and that she did have knives. So there is a bit of like a juxtaposition in terms of stories there. What we do know for sure is that Ms. Akuliak suffered grievous injuries as a result of her being hit by the police car. This all happened in April 4th, by the way. She was airlifted to hospital in Montreal, and the list of her injuries is significant. I'm going to have to read them off here. Several broken ribs, 6 fractured vertebrae, a broken left arm, a punctured lung, as well as a lacerated kidney and liver. She's currently in her 3rd month of rehabilitation at a place in Montreal, and so that's where she is at now. She's expected to make a full recovery, but now the questions lead to why was it 2 months before the police decided to investigate?
Well, and that is my question. Why was it 2 months for police to decide to investigate?
Yes. Well, the way it works in Quebec is that, in this case, the police in question are the Quebec Regional Police Force. They are the police who take care of the 14 Inuit communities in Nunavik, northern Quebec. So they are going to be investigated by the Bureau d'Enquête Indépendant, which translates as the Independent Investigation Bureau. Basically, they're the unit paid for by Quebec that investigates all police shootings or injuries. So when someone is killed or grievously injured by police, then the Bureau d'Enquête comes in to look into it. However, the Bureau d'Enquête will not be involved unless they are notified that the injuries are serious. So the Bureau d'Enquête was told that the injuries were not serious. In fact, they were told that it was just a broken arm. When I asked the Bureau who told them that it was just a broken arm, they said it was the Quebec Regional Police that gave them that information back in April, which led to this delay, the 2-month delay. The reason why the Bureau has since taken it up is actually La Presse, newspaper in Montreal. They got to the story last June 5th, I believe, and now the Bureau took it up as soon as the La Presse article came up. So we're looking into it now as well.
So we've got some media attention on it now. What happens next?
What happens next is the Bureau will be looking, will take months, maybe even over a year. Normally when the Bureau d'Enquête goes into these investigations, they want to just find out if the police are worthy of a charge. But in this case, they need to not only look into see if there was any perhaps illegal behavior on the police's part, but they also need to look into the fact that was this a cover-up of sorts, or was it simply a bureaucratic mistake or misunderstanding? This is an Inuit community of only 400 people with limited resources. It's not clear yet exactly what's going to be going on. It will take a while to find out. As I said, Ms. Akuliak is recovering from her injuries, at least physically, although she has expressed that she feels like she was traumatized emotionally. She's looking forward to seeing her 9-year-old son, who is still back home.
Well, we'll be watching to see how this unfolds, and we'll be checking back with you. Thanks so much for joining us, Tom.
Thank you, Melissa.